I am Vishnu. I am here to explain you this Capstone project Prep 1 Part 2. Okay. Like as of I have explained yesterday a few points like we have this uh, Capstone projects like three parts like Prep 1, Prep 2 and Prep 3. In Prep 1 we are having three parts in this Prep 1 only. So like yesterday we have discussed about Prep 1 Part 1. So now today we will be discussing about this Prep 1 Part 2. Okay. So in this prep one part two, we are having few questions. You need to work on those questions like so here also they will be giving one case study for you. So here the case study will be like whatever the case study you got in the prep one part one. So the same case study it will be continued here. Like as of I explained you few things like in the case study the Anthony. Okay, like he will be like Uh, I think last time Mr. Anand actually here it will be like Mr. Anthony. So he is a NRI. He just want to create one web application. So in the same way here also he want to create a web application. It should be like devoted to the fashion with a focus on high end and he just want to collaborate with few people to create this application. So like yesterday we are having other names. Today like we are having these names like Bhaskar, Kathy and the uh, Domaini. Okay. So these people. So yesterday we have taken the Spandana I think. So this Spandana already having the whatever the existing already she has this web application. So we will be like this Mr. Anthony, he just want to create one web application by looking into that Kathy or else like yesterday have this Pandana. So here we are having Miss Kathy, okay? So people will get confused. So we will be using these words only. Okay, guys, the case study is about nothing. Just this Mr. Anthony, he is an NRI, he just want to create a web application which is devoted to fashion with a focus on high-end apparel and accessories. Okay, so he want to just to collaborate with few people like Bhaskar, Kathy, and the Domaini. So here the Kathy, Miss Kathy has already created this web application, but it is not running in a very good way. Like the sales are drastically declining. Okay, so Mr. Anthony just want to take this opportunity and he also want to create a web application because this Miss Kathy application is not going well, right? So he just taking the inputs from them and he will be improving the application based on the Kathy's. Okay. So the timeline will be like 18 months and the budget will be the 1 crore here also. And you can see the current problems. Like yesterday, we have seen a few current problems. The same way, here also we are having few current problems like lack of knowledge of fashion of the customers and the lack of customer reach. So here, looking at the current problems, Mr. Anthony has pulled a team on the board. So he just pulled few teams to develop the web application. So here you can see this Mr. Anthony's company, Nova Corporation on-site company. Here the Philip will be the project head and Walter White, Ruby and Serena. These three people will be the committee members. Okay. And he just gave this project to the Adino offshore team, sorry. Adino offshore team. So this Adino offshore company, like they are having few members like Mr. John, he will be the delivery head, and Miss Anna, she will be project manager, and Mr. Chase, he will be like a senior Java developer, and Nora, Shashank, and Vivan, he will these three members are will be the Java developers, Java developers or Java developers, and Mr. Mike and Mr. John. Mr. Mike will be the network admin, and John will be the database admin and Jason and the Nef, these both the people will be testers, and you will be acting as a business analyst. Okay. So this business analyst, you are acting as a business analyst, and this is your team, and you need to make the web application with the help of this team people like Adino offshore. You will be working for as a business analyst for Adino offshore. Okay. So the thing is like you need to decode the case study, like what is the project idea and what are the current needs and overview of the project and current problems and what is your team. Okay. So as a business analyst, the first thing is like project idea. Nothing but just to develop a develop a web application which is devoted to fashion with focus on high-end apparel and accessories. What are the thing is nothing but Mr. Anthony just want to uh, like uh, create a web application. So as a business analyst, you need to know what is the exact thing Mr. Anthony needs. He needs a web application for the fashions. Okay. And current needs. What are the current needs? Easy to navigate, have a contemporary look, and process payments quickly. Okay. Because like lack of requirements are there, and whatever the lack of customer to the web application which created by the Kathy, Miss Kathy. So there, Miss Kathy, she created, but the web application is not successfully run because there are few problems in that. So these are the current needs, like a customer needs a easy to navigate, like easy to use that web application, and the look should be very good because people will be attracting to the images and whatever the products we are placing in that web application, and whatever the payments are there, it should be done in a quick way. Okay, these are the current needs basically. So we will be finding out the current needs, and overview of project is nothing but it is an e-commerce based project. Okay. There is like already we are having the existing one, Miss Katya already we are having, right? So but the current project would take, like whatever the project we are taking, it will be taking the inputs from the whatever the project we are having already, like existing project we are having through this Miss Kathy. So we will be taking few inputs from them, and we will be creating the new one. Okay. And the current problems. Current problems are decline of sales and non-user friendly. Whatever the interface and the navigations are not good, like customer they are getting confused and unable to handle the competition. Not only our web application, so few people will be also having this web application related to the fashion, right? So see now, like for example, in this market itself, we are having so many e-commerce websites, right? So like that, we are also having few competitions from the other teams, other companies, and the team already like Java developers and all those things like project manager, and you will be acting as a business analyst here. The first question is nothing but what is the audit for this project, like quarterly audits for this project. So this will be the first question for you. So here you need to write down what is audit. Audit is nothing but it is a systematic inspection of a workflow. Okay. Like whatever the workflow is going in a good way or not, you will be checking, and you will be creating audits here, like quarterly audits for each and every phase. For example, you need to create this audit in this way, like the audit report should be in this way. And in this audit report, like quarterly, like quarter one they have given, right? Quarter one audit report, and here you can see the requirement gathering phase, right? What is the stage and whether it is completed or not, like how many weeks or how many months it takes to complete. So whether it is completed, you will be creating this 10 weeks for the requirement gathering phase. And here the checklist, whatever the checklist you are having, here you can find out. In requirement gathering, you will be doing BRD template, and you will be using the Elicitation result report and duplicate reports, like duplicate requirement reports and grouping of functionalities and non-functionalities, and client sign off. And email communication will be like CC BCC, like right? So these are the things you will be doing in this requirement gathering phase. Whereas in requirement analysis phase, you will be taking 7 weeks, and the checklist will be UML diagrams. Like you need to create the UML diagrams, business to functional requirements mapping, and client sign off documents, and RTM, like requirements traceability matrix document, and the emails for the communication. So like that you need to create for the design phase also, and this development and testing. Okay, these are the audit reports. Like if you got any in the question paper they have mentioned you we need only 4 audits, then you need to work on only 4 audits. It should be whatever the things should be there, right? The like all the phases, like for example here in the page this sorry in here you can find out the quarterly for requirement gathering phase and analysis, right, and the design. So like that all these phases should be available in the audit reports. Okay, all the phases. Based on that, you need to draw. Like if they ask you about only 4 audits, then you need to draw the 4 audits. Here we have five quarterly audits, audit report. So we have created 5 quarterly audit report. Okay, this is your first question. You need to write down what is audit, and you need to create a report as like this only. You, like whatever which I have displayed here. Based on that, you can create. Okay. And the second question, BA approach strategies. This BA approach strategies are nothing but how the BA will be approaching to complete this project, or whatever the strategies he will be playing to complete this project. Okay, like he will be using few strategies to complete. There will be so many things he will be using to complete the project, like strategies. So the first thing is nothing but he will be applying this elicitation techniques. Okay. So these illustration techniques are nothing but we can call it as like in requirement gathering phase. The PA will be doing this requirement gathering, right? First phase. In this requirement gathering phase, the illustration techniques are used by the BA. This is a strategy. Whatever this illustration technique is a strategist, he will be using for requirement gathering phase. Okay. So we have illustration techniques. So used to requirement gathering, requirement gathering phase, and the illustration techniques like brainstorming, document analysis, reverse engineering, and focus groups and observation. These are the illustration techniques used by the PA. Okay. In this way, you need to write down. The next thing is like he will be identify the stakeholders. So for identification of stakeholders, you need to do stakeholder analysis. So here you can see by using RACI matrix, RACI. So by using the RACI matrix, you will be finding who will be the responsible, who will be the accountable, and whom we need to consult and for whom we need to inform. So the people which are belongs to responsible and accountable, he will be placing there, and he will be creating one matrix. Like it should be in a table format. Okay. And then he will be writing down these documents like business requirement document, use case documentation, and functional requirement document, and test case document, and etc. Okay, these are the documents he will be preparing. And then after preparation of this documents, he need to sign off, right? So like he need to take this sign off from the important person, or else like the client people, or else the project manager. So like uh, he need to process, like to follow to sign off the documents. Okay. So we need to take in on SRS, as this is the primary and the important document, and he need to sign off by taking by using this email confirmation from the client. Okay. So how to take approvals from the client? So he will be taking approvals from the client, right? So he will be establishing a formal meeting with the client to keep them informed and get continuous feedbacks. Like whatever the documents he have prepared, like BA, he will be preparing, right? So he will be taking these documents to the client. And okay, these illustration techniques are used by the BA for requirement gathering. And here the illustration techniques are like brainstorming, document analysis, reverse engineering, and focus groups and observation. these are the elicitation techniques used by the BA. And now you can see this stakeholder analysis. So the BA will be identifying the stakeholder analysis. Sorry, he will be identifying the stakeholders. So for identification, he need to do stakeholder analysis. So for that, he will be using RACI matrix to identify who will be the responsible and who will be the accountable and whom we need to consult it and for whom we need to inform. So he will be identifying who are the responsible people and accountable people on all those things by using the RACI matrix. So he will be doing the stakeholder analysis, and then he will be preparing like documents, like what documents to write. So he will be creating few documents. He will be writing few documents like business requirement document and functional requirement document, use case specification document, and test case documents. Okay. And the next, coming to this next thing is like nothing but he will be like process whatever the follow he need to sign off to the clients with the like the documents which he created, right? So he just need to sign off through email or else like confirmation from the client. So for that approvals, like getting approvals from the client people, he will be establishing one formal meeting with the clients to keep like continuous feedbacks, like whatever the feedbacks they want, he will be getting from them by conducting one formal meeting. And whatever the communications channels are there, he will be establishing like he will be conducting regular meetings, okay, and weekly status meeting, and bi-weekly sprint reviews and monthly stakeholder updates and all those things, okay. He will be conducting these things, and if he get any change request, like change request is nothing but some extra requirements from the client people, like he wants few more features from the like from his side to create the web application. Like already at the starting itself he gave the requirements, but again he need to update any requirements to that existing requirement. So this will be considered as a change request. Okay, if he gets any change request, he will be working on that. He will be like doing the change request form and impact analysis and approval process and documentation. Okay. After that, you need to update progress of this of the project to the stakeholders, like weekly status reports and monthly review meetings. Okay. And then how to take off on the UAT client project acceptance form. Okay. This UAT preparation conducted in UAT, like fix issues and acceptance form and final review meeting and opt-in sign up from the client people. Okay, these are the things like a business analyst will be using to complete the project. These are the strategies. Okay, and the next question, like you can see this three-tier architecture. So here, like three-tier architecture is nothing but this three-tier architecture is divided by the development team. Like they will be considering three parts. So the first one will be the client tier, and second one will be the business logic tier, and third one will be the database tier. So the first one, this client tier is nothing but it is a presentation layer. Okay, this will be considered as a presentation layer, and the second one it will be considered as a business logic layer or else application layer. Okay, and the third one will be the database layer. Okay, these three layers are built by the like developers team actually. So they will be considering these three things. So in this presentation layer, so here you can find out actually this is not application, they have mentioned this as application, but please guys consider it as presentation layer. Okay, the second one will be the business logic layer or else application layer. Okay, so these things are divided. So the first one will be the presentation layer. In this presentation layer, we are having the like architecture, like whatever the things like UI, user interface. Okay, here the screens are visible to the customers or the users. Okay, so the user will be like asking questions by this, or else he will be like whatever the things he need, he will be giving inputs through the presentation layer. And whereas this business logic layer, it is a middle layer and it acts as a intermediary, like, or else we can say it as he will be acting as a bridge between the application and sorry, presentation and the database layer. So here the business logic, in this business logic, the whatever the business logics are there, it will be containing here, and whatever the uh, whatever the input given by the customer or else user through the presentation layer. So this business logic layer will be taking those things, and it will be retrieving or else it will be extracting the data from the data layer and presenting to the user or customer in the presentation layer. Okay, so this business logic layer is nothing but it is a middle layer for this architecture, and whatever the data is there, right? So the data will be sorry, whatever the logic, business logic is there, right? So business logics will be available in this business logic layer only. So what the core logic of that application, it will be in this business logic. Like for example, payment gateway is there. So the logic should will be written in this business logic layer only. Okay. So this database layer, it will be like a bottommost layer, and it is responsible for storing the data and retrieving the data. Okay. So this example we can call it as like MySQL, Oracle, and we are having MongoDB, all those things. Snowflake nowadays coming trending. Okay. So I think you understood about this three-tier architecture. There are three layers in the three-tier architecture. One is presentation, and second one will be the business logic, or else we can call it as application layer. And then the third one will be the database layer. So application layer, it will be responsible for the user to interaction, like user interface. It will be providing the screens and pages, and the business logic layer, it will be acts as a bridge between this presentation layer and the database layer, and it will be containing the whatever the logics are there. So the developers will be like writing few logics to run the project, right? For example, payment gateway, or else whatever the things, like when the users are giving the inputs, then he need to, that logic should be taken by the business logic layer, and it will be insert like matching to the, it will be going to this database layer, and it will be taking whatever the things the user required, and it will be putting in the presentation layer, and the user or customer, he will be getting the answers, right? And database layer, it will be storing the data, and it will be responsible for the retrieving the data. Okay, this is the thing, guys. And the next question is like nothing but this like write about the approach strategies for framing questions. So here we will be using few techniques for framing question to ask to the stakeholders. So the first technique is like 5W1H. Okay, 5W1H framework is useful tool for gather information and understanding a situation by answering questions about who, what, when, where, why, and how. And the next one will be the SMART technique. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. These are the things like we will be using. And racematrix and UML is also used, but mostly it will be used by the, like mostly the BA will be using this 5W1H and the SMART technique. Okay, but better to write down these four asymmetrics and UML and 5W1H and SMART. Okay, so just write down these are the techniques used by the BA for framing the question. Okay, and you need to write down in detail whatever the specific means, what will be the measurable, and or else you write down the questions like who, what, when, based on your case study. It will be very better to understand in future. Okay. And the illustration techniques. So these are the illustration techniques. We are having 11 illustration techniques. Okay. So you need to write down. The fifth question is about to write down all the illustration techniques, and the sixth question will be like whatever the illustration techniques used by you for this project. Okay. And why did you used also you need to write down. For example, we are having 11 illustration techniques like brainstorming, document analysis, reverse engineering, focus groups, observation workshops, joint application development, and interviews, prototype, questionnaire, or else we can say it as surveys and use case specs. This use case specs is nothing but use case specification document. Okay. And here you need to write down each and everything like what is brainstorming. So brainstorming will be used for gathering the ideas from the stakeholders. You need to write down. So this brainstorming technique. So we will be conducting one meeting to the stakeholders to gather the ideas. Here there will be no rule. So whatever the ideas they are in their mind, so this they need to blow out in this technique, and they need to tell whatever the ideas they are having. And document analysis. So this document analysis we will be using to analyze whatever the documents are there for that existing project. For this case study only, we will be using the document analysis because already we are having the existing application, right? Miss Kathy already she is having the web application. But it is not running in a very good way. We are taking few inputs from them and we will be creating another one, right? So as a business analyst you need to do document analysis. Already we are having, right? So you need to take those documents how they have prepared, and you need to do the document analysis and reverse engineering in case the documents are not available. So we will be going for the reverse engineering. In this engineering, we are having two types, like black box and white box. Okay, you need to write down those types also. Like that, you need to write down for focus groups, observation, workshops, and all the illustration techniques. Okay. So here we are having few types also. You go through. So you will be finding the types in the workbook. Okay. So for reverse engineering, we are having white box and black box, and focus groups. We are having heterogeneous and homogeneous. And for this observation, we are having active and the passive. Okay. And for interview, we are having like structured interview and unstructured interview. Okay, for these illustration techniques only there are a few types. So you just go through and you need to know in detail whatever the illustration technique we uh, like are there, and when to use and how to use. And the sixth question, you need to write down what are the illustration techniques are used by you to complete this project. Okay, for requirement gathering phase, you will be using, right, for all these illustration techniques. You need to write down each and every illustration technique. Like for example, uh, if you done this document analysis, you need to write down why did you done this document analysis. Because for this project, for this case study, already Miss Kathy already she has one existing application, but it is not working in a good way. So I will be taking whatever the inputs and whatever the documents Miss Kathy having, and I will be doing document analysis for time. Like it is a time consuming thing because already we are having documents, so no need to prepare a few documents for this project. Then you will be using the document analysis. So in this way, you need to write down in your workbook. Okay, sorry, in your Word document. And the second question, so what will you need to write down this business requirements. Okay, so you need to write about the business requirements. What are the business requirements? Are the specific needs or the condition that a business must meet to achieve its objectives. Okay, this is a business requirement definition. You need to write down in the same way, and you need to create business requirements, whatever the business requirements are there. User should be able to search in the products in the application. And the second business requirement, user should be able to browse through the product catalog. And the third one will be the user need to create login ID and the password. And fourth, it will be like if the user is new user, then he should create the login ID and the password, like registration. Okay, like that you need to write down 10 business requirements in this seventh question. Okay, so you need to continue, you need to write down another six more things, like already they have given few things. Okay, and the eighth question will be assumptions. Whatever the assumptions are there, you need to write down four or five based on your question paper. Okay, so here the assumptions is nothing but few assumptions are there. The first one is a user can log in using Facebook or Google account, and the second one will be a user has knowledge on fashion, so he should have this knowledge on whatever the fashionable things are trending in the market. And the third one will be online shopping trend in the increasing, and the customer prefer online shopping. And the third one will be the designers. The designers have designed to display in the application. The need for the application is ever growing. So these are the assumptions you need to think as a BA. Like you need to think. Another one is like payments. So the customer they need to do payment by three. Like we will be giving three option cards. Cards like debit or credit, and COD, cash on delivery, and the next one will be the UPI or else the net banking. Okay, so you need to think, you need to do the assumptions based on your project. Okay, so here these are the assumptions are came across. So based on your case study, you need to write down few assumptions. Like if they ask you five or eight or 10, whatever the assumptions, you need to write down those assumptions. And project requirements priority. So this priority, I think you can see the screen, right? So guys, so here this requirement ID, like whatever the requirements already you have written there, right? So you need to give the description for the requirement. So here you can see for user search for the product, user should able to search for the available products. So you need to give the priority points. So these priority points, actually these priority points are there, right? So these priority points are given by the business analyst only by taking the help of software developers team. Actually, there is a backend story. So here, these priority points are given for developers team that they need to complete whatever the business requirement is there. So we will be having the business requirements, right? So if the priority point is more, like for example, here we are having nine, right? So product delivery tracking. So for this, they gave priority as 9, for example. So the first thing, the priority thing is nothing but to develop or else to create a product delivery tracking. Okay, so actually here they gave the random numbers like 1 2 3 4 5 6, but you can use 9, 10, or else 8. Like 1 to 10 you need to scale the priority points. 10 will be the highest, and the 5 to like 5 6, this 4 5 6, this will be comes under medium, and last one will be the low, like 1 will be the low. Okay, so this priority points actually given by the business analyst, but he will be taking reference from the business values. Like whenever the business requirements are given by the client people, actually, these business requirements are given by the client people. When they are giving these business requirements, they will be giving some business values based on that, like based on whatever the business values given by the client people. Based on that, he will be assigning the priority points to each and every business requirement. Okay, you can use this 8 for the first one, this user search for products. You can use 8 or 9, whatever it is. Okay, so now you are acting as a BA, so you will be taking help from the developers team, and you will be assigning the priority points. Okay, for each and every requirement. So the first requirement is this, so you will be uh, like you will be working on the whatever the priority is highest one. Okay. So you just uh, think as a BA, and you just give the priority points to that. Okay. And the next one, sorry. So the next one is use case diagram. So use case diagram is a visual presentation of interaction between user and the system, or else we can call it as we will be displaying or we will be representing in a visually the user, how the user is interacting with the system, or else within the system. We can say in this way also. So here you need to use MS Visio. Okay. You need to use MS Visio, and you need to draw the use case diagram. So in this way you need to draw the use case diagram. So actually this is not in a good way. So when you listen to this YouTube channel, just go to the YouTube channel, and you can find out the COEPD YouTube channel. So I will be show this YouTube channel for you. It would be very better. Sorry guys. So you will be having this COEPD YouTube channel. So you can find out the videos. Okay. Here you can find out this premium tool session, right? MS Visio. So they have explained you how to draw the like use case diagram and how to use this MS Visio. So just go through this video, and you will be getting how to draw this use case diagram. Okay. And sorry. So here you need to know we will be using few components to draw the use case diagram. And if you go through that YouTube channel, like YouTube video, then you can find out there. Okay. And the second one is like use case specification document. Okay. So this use case specification documents provides the detailed description of use case. Whatever the use case is there, it will be having few supporting use cases, and the actors will be having, he will be initiating to complete that use case, essential use case. Okay. We will be getting to know when you look into that video, and based on that you need to prepare this document. Actually it is not visible. So actually it is like, just a minute. So we will be writing uh, each and every use case. For each and every use case, this use case specification document. For example, for login, you need to write down use case ID, and what is the use case name, and created by whom, and last updated, and date created, when the date when it is created. And here you can find out the actor who will be involving in this. And this here, this is like actually description. Okay. You need to write down description, whatever the thing about the use case, like essential use case, and the precondition and the post condition, and the normal flow, whatever the flow is there. And here you can see the alternate flow, and whatever the expectations, and here the frequency of use, they will use frequency or not. And then this one will be the assumptions. Okay. So use this template, and in this way only you need to like in this way you need to prepare the use case specification document. Okay, for each and everything, like for registration you need to create one use case specification document, and you need to write down all the things, like who will be the actors, and when it is created, and for uh, like created by whom, and this precondition, post condition, and normal flow and alternate flow. Okay, and frequency of use, and expectations and assumptions. Okay, these things you need to mention in this use case specification document, and you need to prepare for registration, login, and this then it will be like product catalog or something, and payments, and if you have any other use case you need to add in that. Okay, so use this template and prepare it. Actually, sorry guys, it is not displayed in a very good way, so I can't show this thing. Sorry. So you just note down these things, okay? And if you have any like doubt or something, this YouTube video will be uploaded by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. You can go through, or else we actually in that YouTube channel only we can you can find out prep 1 part 2 video, and you can go through that video in few videos, like I only explained by showing this use case specification document in a very good way, so you can go through it. And I think it is uploaded 11 or 12 days back. You can go through it. And the next question will be the activity diagrams. So this activity diagrams is nothing but it represents the flow of activities within a system. Okay, so here you can see we will be using few things. So the login, this will be the initial node, and this one will be the final node. Okay, and here you can see former enters login ID password. If the correct login ID password is correct only, it will be go login successfully and search for the uh, products. If it is not correct, if it is invalid, then it will be going back to the login ID page and the password. Again, you need to type that. So this is one example for you. Like that, you need to draw activity diagrams, like how the system flow is going on for registration, login, and search products, and add products to the cart, and making a payment and delivery. So here we will be using few components, like here you can see this act. This is initial state, and this will be the final state, and this is the action state, and these are the control flows, and this box is decision box, and we will be using the guard condition, like if it is yes, then it will be moving forward, if it is no, it will be going back, and other one will be the fork and join, and branch and merge. These are the components we are using. So if you go through that those video which I have shown in that YouTube channel, in that video itself they told you about use case diagram and the activity diagram. Both the diagrams it is available in that one end of our class. So they explained all the things, and you just go through it. Okay, so you can find out how to draw this use case diagram and activity diagram. Okay, okay guys, these are the 12 questions you need to like you need to write down, and these questions only it will be coming, but the case study will be the different. Okay.